Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to show you how to unbox and assemble this 1700mm FMS PA-18 Super Cub. I'm pretty excited for this. It's a great looking machine, as you can tell, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Hey pilots, welcome back. Looking good. Look what we have today. That's right, we have the FMS 1700mm PA-18 Super Cub V2. So floats are optional for this. Assembly is simple. We'll find out. It says it's rigid. I'm pretty excited. I haven't had any of these. I had the really tiny one, which is like 680 or whatever. I've got a video of my son flying it, and gonna update his game here with this bad boy. So this is the box it comes in. It just came today. As usual, quality FMS packaging. Don't forget, guys, discount codes down below. Save yourself some money. So specs, in case you don't know, wingspan is 1700 millimeters, which comes to just under 67 inches. Length is 1136 millimeters, which is 44 3/4 inches. So, and a battery you're gonna need a 4S 22 to 2600. And yeah, so it says there's 6 servos. So you've got elevators, rudders, ailerons, flaps. So you're gonna need a 6-channel receiver, airplane radio setup for this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what's in the box. I have not opened it yet or even looked. So some people like unboxings. This is for those people. Oh man, that baby's in there good. Okay, so 1700 millimeter is not small. That's half a wing, right? So this is a 6-foot table, so that's going to be pretty big. I see we got tires underneath here. Oh, those are rubber. That feels good. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. I'm trying to do it blind so I can't see what I'm doing. Right here on the top, you've got your manual, got your propeller, I've got a couple spars here, we've got a big wing. I see got a nice light here in the corner. You can see the VGs on there, like a fuel cap deal. Servos installed, linkage is installed, absolutely love that. Very nice, looks great. Okay, so it looks to me there you got the servo connection is easy. Looks like there's going to be 2 screws to secure the wing in place. Underneath here would be the other half of the wing. So same deal. Other side, I see we got some landing lights here. Otherwise, same deal. Very good. Now, bottom half of the box. Okay, good. Oh yeah. Oh look, it's half the plane. Where's the other half of it? Oh, it's down in the bottom there. That's interesting. Good, I like that. Okay, so here's your struts. Got little poke-in thingies. Technical term there. Oh, here's the horizontal. Look how big that is, guys. This is a big airplane. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to take a couple screws for that. In this corner here, we've got a spinner. This hole here, we've got some hardware, some gear, some springs, some screws. Good, good. So I don't see much else here other than this big old fuselage. Look at that. How cool is that, guys? I'm late to the party. This is not a new airplane by any means, but I am super excited to be my first big Super Cub. How does that work? Must have a little glue on it. There it goes. Yep. little assembly glue. A big cavern in there to put stuff. Fantastic. Then down in here, the rudder's on the bottom. There's that. Tail wheels on it, linkages on it. You kidding me? There's the elevator servo, so you will have to hook that linkage up, but no big deal. Interesting how they do this. Got a little boxy thing on the front. Very cool. And obviously, that's all I see in the top here. On the bottom, we've got some gears. I know it's out of view for you guys, but it just simply pulls down off of there. And they're big. Look at the size of these guys. 6 1/4 it says on there. Sick. Alright, let me get everything situated and we'll be back and show you what's going on. Alright guys, here's everything out of the box. I know it doesn't all fit in view because it's a lot of plane and a big and a small table, but things to note, I just wanted to show on the gear. Look at this metal, I don't know what you'd call it, joiner I guess part. Pretty awesome. These tires are big squishy foam rubber. Just look amazing. Looks pretty simple. Low parts count really guys. Just screw the tail on, you know, and the surfaces and the stuff and you're good to go there. The propeller, the spinner, that's kind of a hex deal in the back there. Then here's a bunch of the bits. So we got a few different screws, couple grub screws. Here's going to be that elevator linkage, and I'm assuming those are to secure the landing gear, and we've got one antenna that must go on the wing somewhere. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on the build here. But see, these are labeled right and there's lefts on that one, so I mean they make it pretty easy. Probably anybody could build this, so let's get into it and I'll show you how to build it next. Alright, so first step is going to be, you're going to grab your tail piece, and I pulled the wires out. You can grab a little tool and kind of fish them out and carefully pull them out, because we're going to go in here and the wire's got to go up to where your receiver's going to be. So you're going to have your rudder and elevator wires. So we're going to fish that into the back of the tail, in that hole there, and then we're going to, these tabs will go in, and then there'll be a 10mm screw top and bottom. It says 3x10, and then the tail will be on. Tail is completed. Just for the record, the screws that go in here will be the shorter machine screws where there's a bunch of them. So piece of cake. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the gear. So we're going to need the gear, we're going to need the springs and the things here. That's all going to tie in and go into here, and the plastic covers and some more of those 10mm screws. So you're going to take the landing gear and just push it into place. Then you're going to take these wires here. There's a flat spot here that's going to go in like this one is, and then you're going to take one of the little black set screws in the package and screw that down into place so it's into this step. Alright, then the next step, you can put these little plastic pieces on the back here. Don't put them on the front yet, but if you guys can see, one side is countersunk to accept the screws. It'll be like so, and it'll be these short screws. Going to hold those in. Then on the front, you're going to take this piece here, and that's going to go into this slot here. Then you're going to take these white pieces with the countersink holes on the top and use more of the screws and screw those down. So I'll do that and we'll be right back. Now we have all the screws tight, it's time to put the springs on. There's 2 springs, so it's going to clip into here and then hook into these guys here, like so. Okay, done. Now we'll move on to the next step. Manual calls for the wings next. I'm going to do the elevators first, and I'll put the wings on last when we get the radio installed. So you're going to take your halves here, which will come apart on the joiner. You're going to grab the small spar, and obviously that's going to fit into the surface. And there's a spar hole in there. It'll slide through and go into place like so. And the other side will slide on, and you're going to use 4 of the 10mm 3x10s to secure the horizontals. Tail is installed. I have not hooked up the linkage yet because I want to hook up the radio first and make sure that that servo is centered. So that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do, is put my receiver in, get it bound up, and get everything centered, and then we'll install this linkage, make sure the rudder's square, and put the wings on. Alright, so I got the receiver bound up. I got the linkage installed. On the elevator it says to put it in the top hole, so we did that. It is backwards, up is down, so we'll have to get that cured. Rudder is going the correct way for Spectrum. Let me get this reversed and we'll put the wings on and test them next. Alright, so I have the left wing here. I've got the left strut here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get these into place here, and then you're going to take the self-tapping screws and you're going to run those in. I can see there's a countersunk portion, so that one will go forward, or that one will go back, this one will go forward, and you don't want it too tight, but you want it tight enough to where it can move but it's not bound up. And then obviously these will go in there, but we'll do that after we put it on the fuselage. So let me get both wings done and we'll be back and install on the airplane with the spar. Okay, next step will be grabbing your carbon spar. Going to run it through. I like to kind of run it through and then visualize that it's in the middle. You can kind of eyeball it. I'm going to slide it on and install 16mm screws, will be the longer ones. And then up here where the strut connects will be 10mm screws. So 16s, 10s. Alright, there's the assembly. So what made it easy for me was I put my body against the end of the wing and kind of pulled the fuselage the first times. Everything's kind of snug, so we got it in place, got the 3 screws in. These you push in until they snap. So they will snap into place when they're in the right place. And easy as that. So we're going to repeat for the other side. Next thing we're going to do is install the propeller. So you're going to put your backing plate on. Do this after you have your radio all bound up and everything's good, so you know it's not going to go crazy on you, right? So then you're going to take your prop, which is going to fit in the curved sections. Then you're going to take this nut and tighten that down. Then the front part of the spinner will go on, and then you'll put 1 screw into the end of that, which is not labeled in the book. So looks to me like it's probably going to be a long one. So I'm going to dare say it's going to be the 13mm one. So I'm going to get that tightened down and we'll get that installed, and I'm going to paint the tips white because that's how I like to do it. Alright, propeller is painted and looking good. So we got the receiver in there, we got it bound up, we got everything set. Let me turn around here and show you kind of what everything looks like. So I do want to show you kind of where the battery lays with mine. The range check is, or not the range, but the CG is good here. You guys can see in there. You obviously have to test depending on the weight of your battery. But what I did on the bottom here is the CG marks are 80 to 85 millimeters back from the leading edge. So I did a mark here at like 83. I kind of split the difference. Get that to where you guys can kind of see it here. I just took my tool and just kind of dented both sides, and it actually CGs out really good there. So we'll test fly it there first and see what happens. Let me flip it around and show you the throws and the rates. Alright, so the rudder, I always go with max throw and then just add some expo. I never do rates on the rudder, that's just me. Elevator, I do have triple rates, so high is 18 and low is 14. Oops, sorry, wrong button. You guys can see there. So that's that. Ailerons are 16 high and 12 low. Not much, a little bit. Then the flaps, I've got a mid flap and a full flap. And of course, you got to do flight modes so you can trim your flaps in flight. It's the best way to go. I did a video on it, guys. If you're Spectrum, you can check that out. Same applies for anything else. So the receiver I just stuck on the wall in here. Seems to be a good spot. It's up above everything. Should be good on range. There's only one thing left, and that would be there is this little white antenna, and that glues here into the top of the wing. I'm not sure if I'm going to glue that in yet or not for transport. I may just maybe put something on it so it has some friction. I'm not sure. We'll see on that one yet. But so I put wing bags or something. I don't want that sticking out, right? I realize due to the size it's kind of hard to really get a scale on the whole thing, but you can see the red light there, the landing light. You can see the green light over there on the other tip. Really just a good looking airplane, guys. Look at that guy. Super stoked. I'll get some glamour shots outside here in a minute for you guys, but that really conducts the build. There's nothing else to it. There was a yellow wire for the ESC and I hooked it up into the gear channel, but it doesn't seem to do anything on this one. So I thought maybe it would rewind, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me know down below, guys, if you got any tips on that one. So we will be ordering floats once they're in stock, and I'm going to get those coming. Don't forget I got coupon codes, guys. Save you guys some money, some discounts, and whatnot down below. And I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Next time you see this, we're going to be going for maiden. JohnVHRC out.